youth fallout with Embu County government. Sijui mnafikiria nini about it, but it is like I feel it is a very interesting topic. Of late, we have been having issues ama concerns from the young people. We are in a situation whereby young people are often through social media, through their conversations, everywhere, expressing strong disapproval and disengagement from the government and its policies, or even the actions of the government and the people haziendani. And that is what we want to talk about today. We want to know why and since when na kwa nini inafanyika hivyo. So hiyo ndio kitu ambayo imetuleta hapa siku ya leo. So mimi naitwa Kezia Ngare, mimi ndiye president wa Embu County Campus Student Organization, and I welcome all of you to today's conversation. It is very open, it is something that we feel, and it is something that we can all talk about. So I encourage us, or rather I encourage everybody to share their perspectives, their experience, their suggestion, ama what do you think about it? Maybe kuna mtu ako hapo na anaona ana feel ni kama this thing is not, it's not so. Maybe we never know. Maybe there are youths who are being engaged by the government. Maybe there are youths who are having some youth empowerment in Embu. Maybe there are youths who are having job opportunities even as we talk. Maybe there are youths who are contented with what the government is doing and with the government programs. Let us know. Let us hear from your side also. So at this point, I want to invite my co-host, my co-moderator, one and only Daktari Frida Karani, ndio atufungulie hii conversation so that we may chip in. Kama daktari uko pamoja nasi, I think I saw you. So let us applaud Daktari. I hope she is here. Yeah. Sorry. Anthony says something as we confirm Daktari's availability. Anthony, your hand is up.
Yes, my name.
Your hand is up.
I'm sorry, I've just joined the right now. Let me first listen so that I can capture you.
Okay, all right. I am sorry, the daktari I saw is not the daktari I nini. So some kindly help me get daktari. So for them that are just joining, we are saying that our conversation today is about the young people's fallout with the government. And you understand, it is not just about our government, the government of Embu County. Even with the national government, I am sure that youths are not at par with the government. Tunapata kila mahali ni complaints, kila mahali watu wanateta, kila mahali youth wanasema they have been marginalized, like we are feeling marginalized. And when I talk about the youth, of course I am there juu mimi niko hapo, mimi ni kijana. So it is something that we are feeling, and it is something that is growing day by day, and that is why we are having this conversation to seek and to explore the reason behind this growing discontent with the government, and to understand the key issues that have contributed to this shift. And so that is why I was saying we all of us, we need to be free about it. And even when I look at the number of the people who have joined our meeting today, or rather this conversation, I can see that majority of us, if not all of us, majority of us, we identify ourselves as the youth. So we are here today to talk about it. We are here today to know why is it happening. Like we just need to talk about it because it is what we are experiencing. We cannot just assume it and feel like continue with life as though everything is just okay. So like we need to talk about it. And I also said at the same time, we need to know maybe there are youths who are getting engaged by the government. Maybe there are youths who are not complaining about these issues that we are complaining about. Na kama wewe ni youth uko hapo kwa mmoja wetu, just tell us. Again, feel free to share with us. Let us know. Maybe ni sisi ndio tuko on the periphery of the county or on the periphery of the country. We are not in a position to tap into these youth opportunities and everything else. Maybe there are somewhere whereby the promises that were made to the youth, they are getting fulfilled. You never know. And that is why I'm saying it is a conversation that all of us need to talk about. All of us need to share our experience. All of us need to share our thoughts. Yes, and we also need to know what should we do about it now that it has happened, it is happening. What's the probability of it happening in the near future in 2027 or miaka zinakuja? And what can we do so that isifanyike, na kama itafanyika at least ifanyike kwa upungufu sana in a way that we are not affected. Also, we are going to see how is it even how like in a song what is the extension of it all? What is the extension of it all? What about the other part of the community? Is it only the youth that have fallen out of the government or that are fallen out with the government? What about our moms and our dads and our young kids? Like what is their part? What are they saying about the government, or what do we think about it? Is it just okay? Is everything okay? Like we are here to identify these things. We are here to explore, to have a conversation about these things. Kuna mtu amenionea Dr. Frida. Meanwhile, I have introduced our topic today, and I want us to engage. Nimesha introduce. Imagine it was that easy. So I want us to engage. Able to tusikie. Nani ako tayari atuambie kitu about what we are talking about? Anybody? Just a minute as we get volunteers to share into this topic. I want to say that all protocols observed. All protocols observed. Sometimes hii ya Google Meet haituonyeshangi majina zingine official na zile tunajua huko nje. So ukinini tusalimie na utuambie jina lako kindly. Yeah, kindly. Anthony, unaweza anza, mkono wako uko juu bado.
Sorry, ni vile sikutoa.
But it's well, you can just say hi to us and tell us something about it all now that you've heard what we're talking about. Nick, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah, you've heard, that's the topic. What do you think about it?
Kindly give me some minutes.
Okay, Nick, Charles, you're saying something? Okay, let me know guys. Why, kwa nini hatuongei? Kwa nini hatusemi kitu? Kelvin. Yes, Charles Munene. Someone said that I need to pardon the topic. Well, I'll type in as Charles says something, I will type in kwa chat box muone the topic kwa wale watu wanaendelea kujoin. Charles, nafasi ni yako. Leslie. Hello. Would you say something about youth fallout with the government? What do you think about it?
Okay, allow me to answer your question.
Yes, Nick.
Allow me to give my thoughts.
Sure do.
Wow. Allow me to start it, and I'll start in this way. There is one reason that has led to the youth fallout between the governments. More so, the county or the national government is because of one, two, three things. Allow me to highlight them. The first thing that the politician they reward themselves. How? They believe that this thing they sought for their own. They sought power alone. In terms of what? They used their resources to ensure that they gather the support from the youth, they gather the support from the voters, so that they can get into power. Remember well, like you can see today, the fallout between His Excellency the second deputy president of Kenya, immediately he was thrown out of the government. He has started joining other forces, other opposition leaders. Allow me to give an example. They are forming alliances with Martha Karua, the party leader of PLP, Kalonzo Musyoka, Kijana Wamalwa, and others leaders. What does that mean? Those guys, they are mobilizing the resources to ensure they get the power. Immediately they get the power, whoever who was not included in forming the alliances or who was not there to ensure that they gain power is not being included. So it's like they are leaping their own sweat. You get me? No matter the support that they received from the youth, they believe that they use their own resources to get that power. That's the same way. When you come to Embu County, how many youths were forefront to ensure that the current government got into power? So say less. Youth have no money to ensure that they contribute money for daily routine, for campaigns, nini, and nini. That's why one thing they have detached the youth. They feel that these guys are not worthy. Wanaongea ile lugha yao. That's why youth are not included. Another thing is the second thing. Youth they believe that youth are inexperienced in terms of power and governance. They cannot trust in a youth in a certain docket. Let's say I'm a youth, I'm a fresh graduate from the university pursuing economics. They cannot trust me that I can lead a finance department within the county government. They believe that I'm inexperienced. I cannot be given power. You get me? Then another thing is that friendship. They believe that youth cannot advise an older person. Whereas I believe is the mandate, is the duty of a young youth to tell if a king is naked, it's your duty to tell the king you are naked. So for us, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of coming together as you. When you see the king is naked, let's tell the king without fear that you king, you are naked. So that is my thoughts, but with due time, I'm going to give my thoughts. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kezia. To the co-hosts, back to you. Or if there's someone who can ask me a question, you are free to ask me any question. I'm free to answer your questions.
All right, thank you so much, Nick. At least you shared something. Umetuambia like why is it that the youth wanabaki nyuma? Kwa nini serikali inatuachilia nyuma? You've talked about skills, you've talked about experience. Now, people, what do you think about Nick's uh, presentation? Do you think it's true ama do you agree? Kwanza tumpigie makofi. Let us applaud Nick for at least sharing with us.
Then Kezia, allow me to give the last point before you continue.
Sure do.
Adi, sorry for interrupting you.
Okay.
There's one thing about the youth that we have lacked. We have lacked one value that we call it unity. That we don't regroup ourselves as youth, and we have no unity. And another thing, we lack self-awareness when it comes to democratic purpose and democratic processes that continue. Let me tell you. Allow me to give a scenario here. You met with a lady within Nairobi or within the university, within our education institution. Let's say a lady or a young man. Then you are likely to ask that guy, where do you come from? He'll tell you specifically, he or she will tell you that I come from a certain village. But when you ask that somebody, which constituency, which one, that guy lacks awareness about that. The constituency or one he or she comes from. Now, here is another problem. How? You never know the kiongozi that you selected, the kind of an MCA you want. How will MCA recognize you? Your ward itself, your constituency itself. You see? So that means we lack unity as the youth. We lack regrouping ourselves. And another thing, we lack self-awareness when it comes to our own lights, our own democratic light as the youth. Thank you. Back to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Again, members, let us applaud Nicasio, the chairman Manyata constituency. Umeshare vitu zenye ni muhimu sana na umetuonyesha kwa nini sisi kama youth kwa nini kidogo tunakwama ama kwa nini kidogo tunapotea. Mi sitarudia maana umesema na kila mtu amesikiza. Hebu tusikie maoni ya watu wengine. Kagwanja, what do you think about youth falling out with the government?
The youth played a major role in ensuring that whoever is in office took office. Unfortunately, majority of hiyo kazi ilifanywa ikuwa na promises mingi sana. Yes, as I said, I am aware, lakini social media has made me aware that this week kuna mtu alijifunganisha pale kwa city clock kwa sababu amesauliwa na wale watu wenye alifanyia campaign. Kumekuwa na fallout, ndio kumekuwa na fallout katikati ya youth na government. Tukiangalia upande wa county government hata na the bigger picture na national government. Na as a result of this, utaangalia mayouth wameanza kujimind two stories zao in that they just want to do their own thing. Unfortunately, hatuwezi fanya chochote bila gava. Yes, we do have philanthropists who are coming through for us in different capacities here and there. Lakini tunahitaji tukae chini bana tusikizane na gava. Our youth representatives from the various wards bana ma-sit down na bigi zinapaswa kuorganiziwa, alafu tuache story tu ya kubonga. Tunabonga sana. A lot is said, and after all is said and done, now so much more is said than done. Okay? Wacha nisitumie time mengi sana juu najua watu tu wanaendelea kuingia na tutaendelea kubonga zaidi, tuendelee kusikiza maoni ya watu wengine. Back to you, Kezia.
Alright, asante sana. Umeleta point ingine Kagwanja. Members, let us upload Kagwanja. I don't know whether you're loving this conversation the way I'm loving it, because from each and every person who is sharing their mind, we're getting to hear a new thing, a fresh perspective, or rather something else that maybe huko umefikiria about it. Have you thought about How can youth thrive without the government? Have you asked yourself whether it is important or not, or whether it is possible or not possible? Na kama tunaweza fanya anything without the government, how far can we go? Can we even go like a meter away? I don't think so. Guys, let's think about it and let's share our ideas again about the same. David, I saw your hand. Umeinua kidogo lakini nimeiona. Kindly tell us something. David. Okay, David anatuonyesha video. Prince Ephantas, pia umeinua mkono kidogo. I hope you wanted to say something. It's your time.
Okay, thank you, Kezia, for granting me the opportunity to talk to my fellow youths and my fellow Kenyans. Sasa hapa, the thing which is killing us as the youth is unity. We are not united as the youths of Kenya. And now it's our time to decide what to do and what not to do. And for us to decide, we must first of all consider all the parties and the work which they have done to the country, so that haturudishi viongozi juu ya suti, tuchague viongozi watakao tutumikia, sio eti juu ya suti, pesa nini. Hapana, it's not time for promises right now, it's time to do work. Yeah.
Right, thank you so much. Members, let us applaud Ephantas. Amesema kwamba as the youth we need to make a decision. Amesema uamuzi wetu sasa ndio utatuokoa. Swali ni, what do we decide? What is this decision that we should make? What is this decision that we are supposed to make? And how fast are we supposed to make the decision? As for me, I think the rate at which things are changing, ama the rate at which mambo zinafanyika, hata nyinyi najua mmeona, vitu zinafanyika very rapidly, like change is happening very rapidly and time is waiting for no one. So how do we catch up with time, guys? How do we catch up with time? How do we make a haste decision? How do we be as swift as the world? Okay, how do we be as swift as the systems, because they are changing bio sana? And when I talk about this, I know you know what I mean. So tutafanya aje ndio to catch up, tutafanya aje ndio to recover na ile ambayo yenye imeshaenda, na what is this exactly that we should do for the future ndio tusijipate kwa the same situation. Right, nimeona mkono ingine, sijui alikuwa nani, ni kama ameirudisha chini. We are talking about youths falling out with the government, and you are saying that this conversation seeks to explore the reasons behind the growing discontent and to understand the key issues about the youth falling out with the government. So that's our topic today. We are already doing it, and I want to hear from somebody else. Na tumesema we are encouraging everybody to share their ideas, because maybe Kezia na youth wako karibu na yeye maybe ndio wana fall out. Maybe ni zile youth associations ama youth platforms zenye niko, maybe huko ni kwenyewe naona hizi complaints about the youths not being engaged. Maybe huko ni mimi ndio naona the youths wanapata unmet promises from the government. We need to hear from you. Maybe from where you sit, you are having these opportunities. Maybe from where you stand, the youths are getting youth empowerment in Embu County. Maybe from where you stand, youths are getting employment. Let us know. It is very important to us. So, guys, let's talk about it. Who is ready? Masharia, ni mkono yako ndio ilikuwa juu ama this is Nick? Anthony, I believe by now you are in a position to tell us something.
Cassie, I can hear you, but I'm just digesting. I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Right, right. Leslie, you've been here since you started. What do you think about what you're talking about? Tunaongea about youth falling out with the government. Tunaulizana nini ndo hatujafanya ama nini ndo tumefanya tukapotea njia ama wao ama ni government ndo imetutupa. These are the things that we are talking about. Kwa nini hatuchangii mjadala?
Ai,
Yes.
mjadala naona iko fiti, inaendelea sawa tu. Langu ni moja tu, mawili matatu. Ya kwanza ni youth needs enough mentorship. Kivipi? Mentorship ama a mentor ni mwenye tu atakuelekeza. Tuseme maybe nataka kuingilia masuala ya kisiasa. Mimi mwenyewe siwezi ingilia masuala ya kisiasa kama sina mwelekezi ambaye ananiambia hapa na hapa kunaendanga hivi na hivi. Ushanipata? Kama kijana I need a mentor mwenye atani mentor kuhusiana na mambo ya kisiasa. Okay, maybe I need to dive in politics. I need a good mentor who will be mentoring me, who will be connecting me to different platforms so that I get ile awareness, nikuwe na wisdom, nikuwe na knowledge ya to dive in politics. So one thing is that those guys in politics, in governance, in leadership, they fail to recognize me. Why? I've no skills, the necessary skills. When I go to speak, kuna ile confidence kiongozi ongea nayo na kuna zile skills ambazo kiongozi anapoongea anaonekana ako nazo, lakini tunahitaji mtu wa kutukuza tu. Yaani ushanipata, kama vijana we need enough mentorship, mtu wa kutukuza such that mimi nikienda kwa public forum hivyo naongea design nyingine hapo hivyo hadi wanashangaa who is that. Allow me to give an example of being mentored and how you behave well when mentored well politically. This is an example of this guy who is the youngest PS kutoka Kilifi ambaye anaitwa, his mentor was Baba Amolo Odinga. This another guy from Embakasi East on Babu Owino. His mentor ni nani? Ni Baba. So when it comes to our own region within Embu County, we need somebody who can mentor us in terms of politics, in terms of governance, so that as we dive into politics, we are self-aware. Every youth is aware, has enough civic education when it comes to diving in politics. So that is what I would say for now. As time goes, I'm going to give my thoughts. Back to you, Kezia.
Thank you so much, Nick. I am loving what you're doing. You're sharing really important matters to us, and I believe that we are still learning. So thank you so much for that, and I am happy unaendelea kutuambia you'll share your thoughts to mean that tunaendelea kuthink. I am afraid of the people who are not sharing their thoughts. Like, why are you like quiet about this matter? Let us talk about it. Let us share our ideas. Kagwanja, you want to say something?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now,
Kindly do.
now about this topic ya leo ya fallouts katikati ya youth na gava, I think I can only address it with the right way to address it is with a question. And I am addressing this question to each and every person who is listening and hearing this. As a youth, as a member of the youth, what has the government done for you? Can you name one thing the government has done for you? The county government has done for you. The national government has done for you personally. Yeah. You, wewe and your mates, you and your friends, you and your club, you and your chama, you nyinyi, wewe kama youth na mayouth wenzako, unaweza name kitu moja ya gava imekufanyia ya kukurahisishia maisha? Because if I was to be asked, youth yoyote mwenye kwanza anaanza na kuanzia biz, tukianzia na kuanzia biz bana, youth should be considered bana. Ndio mtu anaingia mboka, ndio anataka kwanza kujijenga. Sasa ukianza kulipishwa business permit ya 12,000 na products zako stock yote hata ifiki 7,000, gavasi hapo inakunyanyasa vibaya sana bana. I think there should be incentives that should be put in place to curb these mashida zenye tuko nazo kama ma youth. Some things are ridiculous bana. You need money to make money, lakini vitu zingine by the time unaanza kuunda hiyo do ni kurecover, una recover juu ya vile gava imekukula. Hata tusiguzia hata KRA, tuko tu kwa gava kwanza. So swali yangu wewe mwenye uko hapa hivi, kuna kitu gava imekufanyia yenye unaweza sema imekufanyia ikakurahisishia maisha, imekusaidia na kusonga mbele? I think tunaweza address fallout katikati ya youth na gava na hiyo swali. Back to you, Kezia.
Thank you so much Kagwanja. Umesema like kitu yenye very important. I love how you ask a very direct question, like how has the government helped the young people? I hope tunajaribu kujibu hiyo swali kimoyomoyo, ama tunaendelea tu kufikiria about it, because again it's something that really matters. Because imefika mahali hatutaki kusikia tena, tumesikia ya kutosha. Me, I feel I have had enough, and I feel the youth also have had enough. So like it's time we need to see implementation. It's time youths need to get engagement, representation and participation, something with us. Mkono wako uko juu, Masharia.
Oh, hi. So for me, I would say the reason as to why we're falling away from the government ni kwa sababu hakuna trust. Like we can't trust them. What have they done so that we can trust them? Kwa sababu for them they focus a lot with giving the university funding models. And yes, wanasaidia, of which we are complaining juu hiyo model still the help isaidia, haiwezi lipa rent for a whole month, si ndio? And then the other thing ni I think they should also concentrate na the rural youths, kwa sababu even if they pay much attention to au wenye wako shule and wanajificha na ile ya tunasaidia youth all because wanatupea help and wanatulipia the health, I feel they ain't doing much. And as for me, I would say like hizi organizations zenye wameka za youth juu ziko organizations ziko, but hizi organizations zenye wamesema ati ni za youth, they ain't helping, they ain't doing anything, kwa sababu seme kama kazi majuu, yes, kazi majuu ziko and wameanza kuwa active recently, but there before kuwa active. And seme kama gani vijana vuka na afya, such organization they ain't helping us as youth. Ziko tu like I feel like ziko tu, but ziko tu for decoration for them. Ukiulizwa hizi organizations zinafanya nini, they will be like si ziko tu zinasaidia vijana, but in reality they ain't helping the majority of youth, zinasaidia few selected youth. So the thing is, yes, maybe for them they see like they are working, but vitu kwa ground they are totally different, kwa sababu for me in my word vijana huko wako, siwezi sema wako wasted, but they are desperate. Youth are so desperate. We depend on the government, but this government ain't giving us anything. We depend, unapata mtu amemaliza shule, unamuuliza plans ni gani, anakuambia mimi nagoja tu nipeleke kwa university, help nikipost university I'm good to go, government itanilipia fee. But mtu akifail ana feel like ame lose everything. They ain't considering someone in college. So for me, I feel like they are doing something. Yes, maybe for them they are doing something, but that something ain't helping majority of youth. And majority wengine washakuwa stagnant huko vijijini, and for them they ain't helping. Yeah, so I think they should build trust so that we can trust them, so that we can depend on them, so that we won't fall out from them. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Masharia. Members kindly let us applaud her. Mimi nimesikia amesema point very important. Thank you so much for sharing. And I noted your point. Your major point was there is decline in trust and support. Like this government, we trusted them. We trusted them with responsibilities. And they are failing. They are failing. Pia umetaja another point about maybe for them they are doing something. Actually, I will say they are doing something, but we ain't feeling the impact. We ain't feeling the impact. As young people, watu wachache tu wanaweza ifeel. Ama kama vile ambavyo unasema, majority of the youth hawaifeel, and that is why they are falling out. Wame give up on the government. Ama the better part of the young people and the community, I'm very sure, have given up with the government. Why? Because what they expect from the government is not what they are receiving. We have many times talked about leaders. Okay, maybe we haven't talked about it, but there is something that I usually think. When a certain leader ameenda launch darasa, ameshangiliwa sana, I don't know why sisi kwetu huwa haituhit, ni kama ni responsibility ya huyo mtu kufanya hivyo. Now take it this way. You are a child. You are born in a certain family. It is the responsibility of the parent to take care of you as the kid, yeah? It is the responsibility of the parents or the guardian to take care of you. What we can do is to thank them because of fulfilling their responsibility. But what do we do as the mwananchi, as the common mwananchi? Huwa tunachukulia hizi vitu wanafanya ni kama wamefanya so much, na hiyo kidogo yenye wamefanya tunawashangilia so much, like tunawasifu mgema sana mpaka tembo analitia maji. I think it is high time we understand that what the government does, it is their role to do it, and at the same time we have the right to demand what belongs to us. Ama mwananchi akona right ya kudemand ile kitu ambayo inamfaa. Now the question comes in, how do we hold them accountable so that we do not lose their trust? Why? If we lose their trust, we are the ones who are losing. Sisi mwananchi ndio tunaumia. Tuki lose trust in the government because of their actions, because okay, trust is gained, trust is earned, it is not just granted. I have to win your trust. I have to gain trust from you because of what I do. Now that it has reached this point yenye hatuamini serikali yetu tena, hatuamini hawa viongozi wetu tena, na sisi ndio tunaumia. How do we now start holding them accountable venye hatukuwa hold before, that now hii trust inaweza rudi na tukae ni kama tena tunasaidiana? How do you go about it? These are like things that I am finding very much intellectual stimulating to each and every person, and like we need to think about them and we need to talk about them. Tutarudi aje pale kuwaamini? Is it by making a better decision come 2027, ama hapa katikati kwa yale mambo yanafanyika kama sasa pale Mbeere North sisi tuko na opportunity ya kumake a better decision ama kumake decision nyingine by kupiga kura kwa hiyo by election? Is it that way? Is it the only way? How do you go about these things? And that is what I want us to share. Anybody who is ready to say something? We are almost concluding. And it is an open conversation. Yes, Kelvin. Thank you. Say something.
Okay, thank you, Kezia. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so let me start by saying I'm Kelvin Muigai, and an advocate for SDGs, Africa for SDGs, and I'm very passionate about youth leadership. You know, we are the future of tomorrow of our of our nation. So talking about the youth fallouts, and I would say that this is a very major challenge that is facing the youth. You're talking about if we are feeling the impact of this thing, and this thing starts from how we are being represented. How we are being represented forms a very bigger challenge to us, because I was looking at the ministries of how they are being allocated, and I realized that in the Ministry of Youth Affairs, dealing with sports and creative economy, it is allocated someone called Salim, who is 54 years. That is in Kenya. When you also come to Embu, we have that lady called Jen, that is in that range of 50 to 60 years. Now, how do you guys expect that youths what are skills, youths what are advanced, well, people who are leading us, they are not in our categories. You know, sometimes I usually say that if one, you want to fall ama to have the feeling of the people you are leading, you have to be in their shoes. One, a man, you cannot lead in the group of women because you're not a woman. You cannot understand what the women are feeling. You don't know what the girls face because you are a man. Also, as a lady, you cannot be leading in the group of men because you don't know what the men are feeling. You don't know what they are going through. It is only a man that can understand another man. Again, when we're talking about disabilities again, if there is anyone who should lead the people with disability, it is not a person mwenye ati ako sawa. Let us give that chance to person mwenye ako na disability, because he or she understands what the people with disabilities are going through. So to us as youth, tunapea the government imespecialize kupea the position of youth to older people. So we cannot fall in this place of being understood as youth, because as a youth, you have, as a leader of a youth, you have to be a youth to understand what the youth want. That's why you can't feel the impact. Kezia, nimesikia ukisema like there is no impact. Of course, yeah, you can't feel that impact because your leader is your grandpa. Is your grandpa. And what is your grandpa going to bring on the table is something that you can't feel, of course. So understanding the youth takes a lot, and the government nikaielewi hivyo, because I was doing my research and I realized that the youths form the bigger percentage in Kenya. We are of 40% the youth. Au wengine ni the older generation na watoto, but the youths, we are 40%. Imagine. So if you're 40%, it means that we can lead the nation. We can lead the nation. Nikasho nimesikia akisema like maybe after graduate, like you're not given that opportunity to lead because you don't have opportunity or you don't have the experience. But I was thinking, why can't we like come up as youths and decide now, okay, ni ukweli hatuna experience, hatuna that. So the government should ensure that the youths can go through a mentorship program, they can go through a leadership training, so that they can choose mwenye ako sawa, best fit to fit in the position of youth leadership. Because if me nilikuwa naona like if kama sayo minister of youth affairs was a youth, I'm very sure sisi youth tungekuwa tunasikika vizuri sana, because hiyo angekuwa he could be understanding like hapa hivi tunataka kufanya hivi,
Seems we lost you, Kelvin. Someone confirm kama mnanisikia so that we know kama ni network ya Kelvin.
Nakusikia. Can you hear us?
Can you hear you?
All right. Kelvin, kindly work on your network and you're sorry for that. But I love what you are really sharing. Actually, thank you so much because you're just talking bare truth. And that is what we are here to talk about. Now, I will just kuchangia kidogo as we get someone else. We need like one or two people to share something and then we'll be concluding our meeting. Now, Kelvin has talked about youth representation and youth participation, and he has given us an example of youth being represented by a 54-year-old person. It is something that we have seen. And now the question comes in, how do you represent people whom you are not a member of? Like akauliza vizuri, how do you represent women when you are men? Ama how do you lead men when you are okay, like hiyo group ya wanawake utasema aje kuhusu cramps na we ni mwanaume na uzijui? So that's the thing that you're talking about. We are having old people who have already established themselves, people who are already in their late ages wakitu represent sisi kama mayouth, and the challenge that we are facing is that they cannot understand our points, they cannot understand our things, we are not even able to access them, because one thing I know and I believe is that if you have to be someone's representation, you have to represent what they are, you have to represent what they are saying. Now it happens that hawa watu wenye wako 74 na 54 na hizo miaka zote, jambo la kwanza sisi kama youth hatuwafiki, so hatuwezi kuwapatia grievances zetu, and that is where youth forget anything to do with representation. I am happy about the people abled differently thing, na pia yeye ametaja, and I remember on the first meeting that we had here, we also talked about it. Tukasema that one is very clear, and it is maybe something you can call an achievement, because it is okay that if you have to be a representative for the people who are abled differently, we see you on the wheelchair, or we see you blind, or we see you like we see you a physical challenge, okay, we see it, so you can represent those people. And I think that is why we don't have a lot of quarrels, we don't have a lot of conflict on that side, because it is well catered, is okay. I about it juu kama hauko abled differently hauwezi enda kurepresent hao watu. So why is it that for the youth we are being represented by people who are way older than us? And again, why can't we reach them? Why can't we find them? Why aren't we seeing them associating with us? When we have mental health walks, why aren't they coming? Why aren't they even taking part when we are talking about joblessness in our country, Kenya, in our county, Embu? When we are talking about youth, the number of youth that is being affected by drugs and substance abuse, we cannot see them talk about it. Hatuwaoni wakijiunga na sisi tukitetea hizi vitu. Sometimes we also talk about the issues to do with mental health. Unapata the number of youth who are dying ni mingi sana. Kwa nini hawa youth wenye wanaturepresent huko hatuwaoni wakikuja kujiunga na sisi kama youth, at least tuseme kitu pamoja? Why aren't our voices being amplified? Why aren't they being the voice to the voiceless youth? Kwa nini hawaongelelei wameteseka, like hawana job, mtu ako na degree ametafuta kazi? Kwa nini hawaongelelei hawa youth wenye they have wamepotea kwa drugs, wanahitaji kukuwa rehabilitated? We can't see someone talking about it. Is it that the youths do not matter in our societies or in our country? We do matter, but we want effective representation, and you're saying that representation is not participation. When we have a good representative is until when we have a good representative when we can participate, because at the same time we need to participate in the policy making, like in the policy making processes, because again you find that each and every time kwa Kenya kuko na policy imetengenezwa ya vijana, sijui ya kuwatafutia internship, sijui ya kuwatafutia employment, but unapata the people who are developing these policies, they are not even the youth. Na hapo pia unapata the youth are not even represented, and it becomes worse that the youth do not even do the public participation. Kwa nini hatuitwi tufanye public participation? Now, and why is it that for the minimal times that we do public participation, we never see implementation of our participation? Like we go, we give our points, we give our views, but they are never implemented. These representatives should be following up with the government to ensure that at least the points we bring on board about innovation, the points we bring on board about incorporation of creative arts, they are at least being implemented. But what's happening today? We are just called to go and participate about SHA that we do not know, to go and participate about SHIV that we do not know. And even after the participation, there is no implementation. At the end of the day, what the government has planned, it happens. So like there are those three things: representation, participation, and implementation. Oh, nimeongea mpaka mkanipigia makofi. Thank you so much. Nataka naye nimefika. I know we have talked about many things. Can we have from Kennedy? Yes, Kennedy, your hand is up. I don't know the other person's hand. Kuna mtu mwingine mkono yake ilikuwa juu. So Kennedy will say something and then we'll be concluding our meeting. Yes, Carl, I've seen you. So after Kennedy, we'll have Carl. Karibu.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Sorry,
evening.
I joined a bit later, but one thing I have come to note lately, I don't know if the youth are ready for this conversation. I'll give you an example. Like last Saturday, I brought some speakers to Embu from Mount Kenya Youth League to talk about the youth and the voting patterns. The voters might, I think I might have future aspirations in Embu. But now, after you do all these things for the youth, when it's time to leave, you see the guys are asking for money. So I was like, this is the thing we are trying to fight, because when somebody is vying and then we have some people bankrolling them, when these people, of course, they're going to pay back these people. So what money do the youth have to bankroll a governor? They don't have money. So at the end, the governor will be serving those people. So until the youth stand up and vet their youths well, erect people with character without compromising them, then maybe in future things will change. But for now, before the guy gets on the seat, he is so much indebted that he'll have no even a single actually we just dump the youth who maybe were used being given maybe 1,000 1,000 or 500 shillings to lead those convoys. You have seen what is happening. But after that, do you expect anything from the leaders? So this thing has to start from the ballot. Can you put your people there? Can you plant your youth there? And then if we start doing this slowly by slowly, maybe this disease might come to an end. But what I've seen so far, I don't think the youth are ready for this conversation. Asante.
Wow, thank you so much, Kennedy, for sharing. And thank you so much for what you just mentioned, ulifanya, last week. You mentioned, and I think it is something good for the community and for the young people. May you continue with the good job. Me, I usually tell people that good deeds never go unrewarded. But now, umeleta kitu yenye ni very important. You've talked about youth kukua wanataka pesa. Me, I think about youth kutaka pesa, it is just something that the young people, and not just the young people, the community and everybody has been oriented to. And I think it is a political vice. It is something that we need to get rid of. Rather, it is something that we need to recover from, or tuachane nayo, tuizike kwenye kaburi la sahau lile mlisema, because hiyo issue ya inafanya watu watumike vibaya, na sio youth pekee, hata wamama wetu pale kijijini na washosho na wababu na wale wazee wengine, ikifika ni wakati wa campaign, everybody knows what happens. And I know that will be a topic for another day, but thank you so much for bringing it on today. Is it the right way? Is it how things should happen? And to these leaders that were giving us money, or who are giving the people money, to blackmail them, so that ukipatiwa hiyo so mbili ama whichever money that you are given, your role on social advocacy, you forget it, or your role on social accountability, you forget about it, because the moment you are given money, unafungwa macho, ama the moment the young people are given money, we are just being blindfolded, so that we do not see what we should see. So I think both the leaders and the people, sisi wenye what we were oriented to. Maybe by the time I was knowing campaigns, and by the time I was knowing politics, it was already happening. But thank God we are here today. We are the people to enlighten our people. We are the people to tell them the truth. We are the people to call the other youth to these meetings, to such meetings, so that they may be ambia hapa. We will be here each and every Thursday. Let us invite them. Let us invite everybody who is on social media. Let them come here. Let us do this civic education. Nimepitia pale kwa chat box, and I have seen someone overseer, you're saying that we are our own problems. We need civic education to our people. Freedom is never given, it's taken. Let us be awake. Yes, it is time. So whenever we have these chances, and it is good that we are doing them, not only here, even kama venye Kennedy amesema, I believe it is the same thing that you are doing. So it is time. Let us share these platforms to our people. Let us be the agents of change. Kwani what is change? Change comes from such conversations, such dialogues, where we get to enlighten one another, and from there we make a purposeful decision, we make a lasting transformation. Sitaki niseme sana na tunamalizia. Nimeona overseer mkono wako uko juu. K811 project, say something to us kindly.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. I'm sorry I came in late, but I'm glad that I'm here finally. Mimi hata sitaongea kizungu, because the people who really need to hear this is not even like the youths, it's everybody. So I'll just mix the language, and I would suggest it happens the same. To assume watu wajasoma, kwa sababu the way people are behaving out here is sincerely as if hatujasoma. It is very sad, it is very absurd. I will just repeat what I said kwa chat, that number one, guys, we have to understand that freedom is never given, never ever. And of course, the freedom is only taken, and it is only taken when you use force. Otherwise, mambo ya peace, it will not work. Of course, we are preaching peace, but at the end of the day, that one will not work. Why? Because I'll tell you that everything is not as it seems to be. Nothing is as it seems to be. Not how the government is run, not how, example, the president operates, not how you think that the governor operates. Everything is not as it seems to be. Or venye tu inakaa sivyo venye inakuanga. So guys, I would suggest that, of course, I understand that time ilikuwa imeenda. I would have come, and I would have said that the first thing that we should do is love ourselves. Number one, let's not focus on politics as per se. Kwa sababu one of the main reasons watu wanatufanya venye wanatufanya, it's because of poverty. Let's agree, okay? It's all about poverty, and this poverty is castrated. Nditu imetengenezwa, ni muundo umewekwa hapo, so that of course we can remain poor in such a way to keep you poor or to keep us poor. So I would suggest, number one, love yourself, love your family, love your community. As Embu guys, love your people. Kikuyu, kama wewe ni Mkikuyu, love your people. Kama wewe ni Mmeru, love yourself. And then of course we meet at the table as a Vegema nation. And this way we will be empowering people. You see kwa hizo mikutano, it's because they are idle. They are idle. Mbona wako idle? Kwa sababu we are waiting for leaders to do something. Which leaders to begin with? You guys don't have leaders. I'm not talking about only Embu. I'm talking about Kenya in entirety. Leaders wenye tunaweza ekelea kwa kiti, tuseme ni leaders. Only very few. Only probably 98% say leaders. You guys have politicians, and let's agree to that, who really don't think about us. Na hawatufikiri na tutawahi fikiria. Now, expecting the same people to make policies that suit you, manze tunaota. Let's sikizana tunaota. And let me tell you the truth, and let me be very honest with you. Even with most of you here who would probably be, aspiring to be those leaders, mtaenda tu hapo, you'll still get, you will find yourself in the same ways. So I think economically, let's empower each other socially, let's enlighten. You see, hata empower, that's just enlightening each other politically, because that's what we need. And by the way, I sijui kama president anakuja kwenu Embu, but for those kwenye alienda Nyandarua as an example, these guys really set an example. And it should happen to every other county and look better. History ati anakuja, we worship our leaders. Guys, you guys should understand and must understand that leaders must be your servants. Hawa watu mnaita viongozi, those guys are your servants. They should never be, you should not be, I'm about hata kusema jina mbaya, but we should not, like their, hatufai kuwa tukifanya hivyo. These guys are our servants, and they should be treated like servants. They are servants, not as leaders, not as gods. And this is what happens even in the other countries of, what happens even in the other countries. In the other countries that are very developed, you find that, you find that our leaders, they are not worshipped. They are not worshipped. Wakati tutaacha worship our leaders, that's the time they will come. Now, another thing, you guys, or all of us, most of us, sorry to say, tumezoea whatever you have heard about the tokens. And let me tell you what happens. Now, these leaders are not working. Let me not even call these leaders. These politicians are not working, are not bringing development to our communities, kwa sababu wanajua that at the end of the day, wakikuja na 200, wakuja na 500, wakuja na 2K, you guys will take it. Now, and I know there's that policy yenye ya kusema, chukua pesa, lakini msimchague. That's fake. That's a lie. If you take my money, you guys must be submissive na msidanganywe na mtu. So the first thing, number one, unafaa kujiuliza, ukikuja upewe hiyo dhao, kwa sababu mnasikia watu wanapewa dhao. Nimepita Nyandarua leo, nimeona wanapewa sijui 500, yani 500, seriously. So we should be asking ourselves, hiyo 500 nikipewa inanisaidia aje? Hiyo 500 nikipewa nakula siku ngapi? Hiyo 500 nikipewa nafanya nini? And by the way, guys, you should know, hizi pesa wampeangi ovyo ovyo. This money has gone through rituals. Money is a currency, money is an energy. And of course, it is taken through rituals. So history ya kusema ati tutakula pesa lakini hatutamchagua, that's a lie. Hauwezi kuja kwangu ukule lunch mara leo, kesho nikupe lunch. The other day, what do you expect? You will be my lunch. utakuwa lunch yangu. There's nothing like free thing. So guys, I think it's time. I will just be coming on Fridays tuongee hizi story kwa sababu I think we just have to be harsh. Hata hatuhitaji, let's not be diplomatic. We have tried diplomacy, it's not working. The only time yenye tulijaribu example kutoa huyu jamaa kwa kiti, it was when you guys rioted. Ile time yenye unfortunately we lost a lot of people. Tulikuwa inches to that, but unfortunately tulidividiwa kama walikuwa wanakaa wanaongoza wakapewa viti, mnawaona huko, wengine washaanza kuungana na serikali nyingine, wengine washaanza kuungana na upinzani and all that, but the point is that was the only time. Now that tells you that the only other time yenye tutakaribia is when we start using force. Haisaidii. And guys, let me tell you something. Mimi sioni hata haja, whether we are in government or not, if we are socially and economically empowered, manze, we will always have that bargaining power. And of course, the other thing is that let's always support our own. It is very important, regardless of the fact that I know there are other people in that tribes that can do even better. But guys, the first thing is, kama kuna mtu wetu who is a performer, let's can tell me better. Kama Justin Muturi ni performer, kama ni kweli anaweza pigania watu, if you guys, because you guys know him, muleteni kwa meza, let's vet him, let's support him as Gema Nation full force. Even if tukienda up kuwa in the opposition, we will be a strong opposition. Baba ameishi kuwa opposition, but angalia mambo zenye anafanyanga watu wake as an example. So if he performs or perform, it's fine yourself, and you guys have known only someone from Gema can truly lead this nation in a way that, in a way that is, I mean, you guys, watu tumewapea kiti miezi mbili, mwaka moja. These guys have taken our debt from 9.3 trillion. Sahi in we are at 13.7 trillion dollars. Hiyo ni 6 years. So guys, namwombea sana mkasirike, naomba sana tukasirike sisi wote until now. In fact, naombea mtukufu rais atukanyange kabisa, atukanyange, atujajam, nataka tukanyangwe kabisa, tuanze kujam, tukanyangwe tujam, so that we can take action, because peace will not work here. We really need to push for our agendas and of course focus on the rightful thing. Naomba tukanyangwe sana, tukanyangwe hata zaidi hapa until hizo vizungu zenye tunaongea zidisappear. And of course I'm not saying English is bad, but what I'm saying is until we speak in our mother tongue, trying to ask for help. So that's all I would have to say for now, because of course I understand that time is gone. I had a lot to say, but unfortunately I came late. But guys, I think it's time, and it's time. Na msishinde mkisema let's wait. Kanyangeni huyu mtu. Kama anakuja kwenu, kanyangeni huyu mtu. Nyandarwans have shown you the way. Guys, you can do even better. And I'm talking about Embu because I can see the host was Embu TV. So I presume that majority are from Embu. So I have much to say, but I think nitaachia hapo, but naomba tukanyangwe. Naomba kabisa tukanyangwe until we don't have another option. That way we will survive, or rather we will be able to take over. So about policies nini, hizo tutadeal nazo. Kwanza, we know the enemy. The enemy ni mmoja. Of course we have other enemies. Leading the country. Who is leading those leaders? Ni huyo mkurugenzi huyo. We can to beat him down without mercilessly. Now let me tell you. Najua mnasema sana. I will tell you this for free. Najua mnasema sana, and I'm telling you this from a point of place yenye niko na information is a very legit source. Mnaona hawa maseneta na nani, and especially the members of parliament, is as if they don't even care, because they know what is about to happen. These guys, after the NADCO report has been passed in the parliament, the next bill that is coming ni ya kusema sijui hatuna 60 billion ya kusimamia uchaguzi, sijui hakuna KEMSA kits. And the next thing will be hizi kura za, what do you call these guys, hizi kura za MPs sasa zitakuwa zinahesabiwa kwa bunge. So these guys have a plan, and you guys must always remember that the political class is a tribe by itself. Political class is always a tribe by itself, and it never cares about us. And of course, they are afraid when we unite. They are afraid when we get rich. They are afraid when we have brains. In fact, system yao ni ya kutupumbaza. kutupumbaza kabisa so that we are beaten. Anyway guys, kwa hayo machache na mengi, you guys love yourself. I think now you guys are aware about Gamer for Gamer. Gamer for Gamer is a policy, and this I'm saying unapologetically, in case there is anybody from another tribe. It's not CC kwa makasiriko, but what we are doing here, we are saying that if example you are from Embu, okay, you guys in Embu, try see something that you can do. Try to support your own. Try to support each other. Hiyo kijiji mkiikuza vizuri, you are empowering each other economically and socially. Na wengine wenye wako Nyeri wafanye the same thing. Wenye wako Nyandarua wafanye the same thing. Wenye wako Kiambu wafanye the same thing. Wenye wako Ukambani, now that A is for Akamba, they do the same thing. And of course, the other tribes, wajipende pia. We are not asking them to love us. We are not asking them to love us. We are just asking them to respect us and give us an opportunity to do our business peacefully. So kama you are Luo, where go to Luo, enlighten your community, tell them that tribalism is a beautiful thing. And tribalism, when I mean about tribalism, I mean that you being from Embu is a good thing, me being a Kikuyu is another beautiful thing, Kalenjin is a beautiful ththing. So tusikuje kutenganishwa na hizi story. Hizi story tumezoea. So we are beyond that. So wewe mtu wa Luo, kwa sababu the point is me na processing ya fish, wakuwa tuletea fish Embu ama wanatuletea fish which place is this? Kiambu. The only person who can, so kama wewe ni Mluo na hapa, go to your Luo people, tell them to love themselves, tell them to empower each economically, tell them to wafungue kiganda ya kuprocess fish huko, watuletee Central, tutakula. Na sisi tunafanya we really appreciate ourselves. So guys, asante sana. I have more to say, but I think we will meet again next Thursday. Asanteni sana. Thank you guys.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Members, let us upload K811 project of us here from Goma.
Makofi kwake.
Sikuchukua jina lako, but tunashukuru sana. Mimi I don't even graphics, kindly mute your microphone. Graphics, mute your microphone and your video. Kindly mute your microphone and your video. Graphics. Right. So as I was saying, thank you so much for sharing with us. Mi sitaki niongeze kitu ama nipunguze, but tumesikia and tumesikia. We are really going to work on that. Graphics, kindly mute your microphone ndio tuweze kusikizana. So we usually have these meetings each and every week on Thursday starting 8 p.m. 8 p.m. tunamaliza 9 hapo 9:30 kama vile tunaelekea kumaliza saa hii. So hayo ndio masaa tukuwe tunakutana hapa, na maana tunafunga. Ni wewe ndio utasema kitu ya mwisho na tufunge. Nataka niwakaribishe nyote. Maybe it's your first time you are joining us. Endelea kutujoin na kuja na watu wengi zaidi. Share this link to everybody. Then let us all take responsibility or let us take ownership. Kama vile mnaona, we haven't even gotten a name yet for this conversation. There are many things yet that are not into place. I told you, we are just 1 month since we started having them, and for sure they are zinazaa mazao, tunapata kusoma vitu mingi sana. So let us continue to come, let us continue to invite as many people as possible. We are working on a platform yenye tutakuwa tuna reach sisi wote, ndio communication, kupitisha ujumbe kidogo kidogo ikuwe rahisi kwetu. So once it's established, we will let you know so that tuendelee kukua, because we want to see our community shine. We want to see our Embu County grow. We want to see the youth exploit, like we want to see the youth perform exploits and manifest the energy.
Speaker, if you allow me, just a
Yes.
minute. I can just maybe say something about Gamer for those who are not there. Briefly, maybe just give you a schedule ya weekly so that you understand what we mean by people saying they should support each other.
Okay, then remember to kindly remind us your name.
Okay, thank you. My name is Kenneth Keriga Wajega, known as K811 kwa mitandao. So thank you. So regarding Gamer for Gamer, it's a movement. I think the idea came from Mbanya. If you guys know Mbanya, he meant no ill by saying that Gamer for Gamer, tribal and of course unapologetically, which really meant that tunafaa kujipenda like I just explained. But anyway, it's not about politics only, it's about everything. I think Embu TV is also an admin there. So if you want to join it, join the group, you guys can text him, and of course atamsaidia na link. Now this is our weekly schedule. So on Sundays, normally we have, no, let me start with Monday. So on Mondays, we call it Political Monday. That's where we talk about politics. I think we will even be hosting some of these politicians wenye wamesaidia vijiji zao ama wenye wamesaidia community yao, so that they can enlighten us even further. Watu kama, because we know they are performers. So inakuwa Political Monday ya kudiscuss politics zenye zinaendelea. Example, tumekuwa tukidiscuss about Ruto tour to Mount Kenya, na tumekuwa tukiambia watu hata mstokee, there is no point, just go do your business as usual. Now on Tuesday we call it business day. This is whereby watu unakuja na business yako, you advertise your business, you talk about your business, wengine tunawanunulia vitu online. It's a business day whereby you come with your job, what you sell, what you don't sell, chenye unataka kubai, and we connect you guys. So kama unataka kujenga, we find you an architecture and all those kind of things. Now on Wednesday is what we call ni siku ya makazi, whereby we connect employee to employer. So normally what we do on that day, tuna connecting those people who are seeking for jobs and those people who have the jobs. And of course we have helped a lot of people. In fact, sahi tuko na kazi mingi zenye bado hazijapata watu. I have at least 8 openings zenye bado hazijapata watu, and especially those that need skills. So inakuwa siku ya Wednesday. So we have people who need the job, those people who need to employ, to employ people, we connect them. Now on Thursday, we call it Charity Thursday, and normally hiyo siku tunaangalia watu wenye wako kwa vijiji. Example, if there's anybody with cancer ama mtu mwenye tu anatuhitaji, so they come, we give their case, we investigate. Sorry guys for that call. Sorry guys, can you hear me? Thank you. So for those charity cases, I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Thank you. So on that particular day, tunachukua watu wenye wako na cases wanahitaji. Example, today we had a lady from Nakuru mwenye amekuwa na shida ya ngozi. She was about to commit suicide yesterday, and mtoto wake alikuwa sijui na fee balance ya 90k. Kuna mwingine alikuwa na fee balance ya Jomo Kenyatta High School ya 35k or something. So fees yote ililipwa. Huyo mtoto akapata mtu wa kumpeaga pocket money, and what else happened, and hiyo fee ya high school ikalipwa na akachangiwa pesa ya kuanzisha biashara. So those are the kind of things we do. We have had a lot of cases za wengine mpaka wamelipiwa nyumba. Example, there's this lady called Milwise, alikuwa na shida ya asthma, diabetes, sukari, all those shida ya roho, hajawahi tembea for 3 years, and so what happened, alichangiwa, amebadilishwa nyumba. Her house is paid until December, na anaishi nyumba ya 9k. Alikuwa anaishi Kibera and not Kibera, Githurai and all that. So that's Charity Thursday. Now on Friday we call it Afya Friday, whereby we have doctors, wengi wao ni kutoka abroad, but again we also have doctors wenye wana deal na mental health, whereby people come, give their stories, talk. We get topics that are affecting our societies in terms of health, wanaelimishwa and all those kind of things. Social Saturday ni siku ya kusocialize. Tunasemanga work without play makes Jack a dull boy. So hiyo siku ni ya kujuana. Hivyo it's a very flexible day. Now on Sunday ni siku ya kujua umungu, kumenya ugai ama kujua God. Now we don't believe, majority We don't believe that Mungu ako kanisani. For those who guys who go to church, no offense, but we believe that God is within us, and the most important thing is love your neighbor, support them, treat them well. Usipelekee pastor food kama bado wewe hujakula. Usipelekee pastor food kama neighbor analala njaa. That's not godly. Usichukue 20 million za kanisa na shule yenye iko next wanakaa kwa mabati. That's not godly. So those are the kind of things that we discuss there to tell them what God really expects from us without being religious. So that's on a Sunday, na jioni tunakuwa na recap. So hiyo ndio inakuwa Gema for Gema. Those are the kind of things we do. Next month we will be having medical camps za Gema for Gema. We will be moving around the counties na medical camps tukijaribu kupima watu ECG, maskari, AIDS, trying to enlighten these people about their health and all that. So asanteni sana, God bless you all. Asanteni kwa kunisikiza.
Thank you so much. Hiyo siku ya medical camp ya Embu, tafadhali tuambie tukusaidie kunini. Anyways, thank you so much for even being with us and for sharing with us. It was very important. So guys, mimi sitaki niongeze kitu, nataka niwashukuru sana. One last thing, apologies from my co-host, co-moderator, Dr. Frida Karani. She was not able to join us today, but amesema hivi, next week, Thursday, tupatane hapa, itakuwa kali, itakuwa moto. So guys, see you on Thursday. Thank you so much. Mungu awabariki sana. Sijui kama kuna mtu anataka kusema kitu burning, nataka tuende. Anybody with very burning? Ama anybody who will volunteer to pray with us? Tukalale. Haya, mtu atuombee basi. Nick ulikuwa unainua mkono. Yeah.
Oh, karibu nipotee. Acha tu ni seme langu la mwisho. Nitatumia both language. I need to thank K811. You have spoken a very insightful information. Manze umeongea wisdom. Acha nikwambie. Na uzidi hivyo. Hiyo nguvu uko nayo, wewe zidi kuongea nayo. Na may the God's favor be upon you. And to everyone who decided to turn out for today's event, for today's conversation. We call it, tunasemanga man-to-man conversation, lakini hii yetu itakuwa youth-to-youth conversation, because youth, while they are speaking, they never hide one another. They speak everything, including zile mambo ya ndani, but we end up helping one another. Hiyo ingine nitasema next Thursday, because the time is up. Allow me to preserve it till next week. I'll start the meeting na nitasema chenye nilikuwa nimepanga ya saa hii. Thank you Kezia. And thank you everyone.
Thank you for that. Guys, meeting yetu imeisha. Muwe na usiku mwema na mubarikiwe sana. Na tuonane Thursday. Na tuite watu. Ukipata link, usikuwe mchoyo. Share. Good night.